look, we got water in them finally. This is our test tank, like what we're doing the experiments on. This is the normal tank, so this is just how it's gonna stay. Obviously we'll add fish to it. We're gonna add 2 small yellow labs. Obviously you're thinking, you crazy person, they're not gonna stay in there. We're gonna basically buy small fish. Like they could be the same fish that I would put in a fake reef setup like this, but obviously we can only keep them small. As soon as the experiment's done in 3 months time, they're not going to put on that much size in 3 months. They'll be coming out and go into a bigger tank to live and grow fully to their full size. So as you can see, you might not be able, yeah, you can tell. This rock here, let me just adjust that slightly. This rock here is the one we've coated in epoxy in the last episode. If you haven't seen that, check that out. This is just the normal run. So as I say, this is going to stay as it is. We're going to add 2 yellow labs to it. This one, I've been thinking of what to do, and what I like to do is think of what other setups do. So what would you do in a planted tank to keep algae at bay? What would you do in an African cichlid? And what I thought was, what would you do in a marine tank? So I don't know a lot about marine tanks, but I know the bare essentials. So in a marine tank, if you don't know, you have a refugium, which is basically full of chaeto algae, and it basically is to take out the nutrients in the water. So I think that's a good idea. We don't want high nutrients in this setup, but we can't have plants. Well, we could have plants, but some people don't want plants in their African cichlid tank, and sometimes it can be a coin toss weather thing. So I was thinking, let's make a refugium. So I was looking on eBay and Amazon, like what can you buy, like plastic cages, and there's not a lot, but what I come across for bigger tanks was reptile cages, and they're basically clear plastic containers with mesh on the top, and they'd just be alright to put at the bottom of the tank, hide it with the rocks. You'll still get light because you're not going to cover it, you're just going to hide it, and it'll still do the same thing. So I was thinking moss maybe, but I don't know if moss is too slow growing and not taking in enough nutrients, so we're going to play around with it. You can't fit one of them boxes, however, after I've tried to find a small one, but you can't fit it to this small tank. What I've come up with is this. You know what they are, is 2 plant pots. So all I've done is put a cable tie through both of them, and then you get a little mesh box. So I'll put another cable, I'll fill this with moss, and then I'll put another cable tie to keep it closed, and then we're going to plonk it behind this rock so you can't see it, so it hides, so we still get the same aesthetic appearance of it, but you got a mini refugium. Whether the moss pans out or not, I don't know, but it's worth a try. So the plan is now, on the next episode, we're going to fill this mini refugium and we're going to put it in the tank. They're full at the minute, so what I would recommend is a 50% water change every time, every week, whether it's the start of the tank setup, or at the end of throughout maintenance a year later. 50% water changes every week is always my #1 recommendation. So we're going to do that every week from now on. We're going to drain 50%, refill 50% fresh water. Next episode, we're going to add the mini refugium. Then after that, we're going to add the fish. So that's exciting. But what fish? So we're going to add 2 yellow labs, baby yellow labs, as I said, like tiny baby yellow labs. And then we're going to add a cleanup crew to this one. So I've done hours of research on what cleanup crew do people recommend for African cichlid tank. Some people say you can do this, and other people say you can't do that. But what the main thing that I came across was a bristlenose pleco always does well. I haven't seen a video that doesn't do well. So we're going to get a bristlenose pleco in here. Again, a little baby one because it's only a small scale experiment. We don't want anything that's, again, 3 months time he's going to be coming out anyway, so he's not going to see any harm to him. A little baby pleco, 2 yellow labs, again same as this one, but this one won't have the bristle nose, it'll just be the experimental tank. and some other ones. So I'm thinking maybe Malaysian trumpet snails people do well, so it'd be nice stirring up the substrate, because that can be a problem as well. They tend not to peck so much at the substrate. So we're going to put some Malaysian trumpet snails. I did think of Nerite snails, but I think I've tried it in the past, to be honest with you. And I think because they're so big and they have an open, like as soon as they turn over, you can see the flesh of the snail. So I think they got eaten because there's just empty shells there at the minute. So Malaysian trumpet snails and bristlenose. I don't want to try shrimp. I know that's not going to work out long term. So we want this to be, even though we're doing small scale when the fish are small, we want it to last the whole life of the tank. So we're going to try the bristlenose, we're going to try the Malaysian trumpet snails. We're going to add 1 bristlenose to this, and we're going to add 3 Malaysian trumpet snails. So obviously this is 10 litres. If you had a 4-foot tank, you want to add more trumpet snails, but we're going to try 3. See how we get on. Maybe it's too much, maybe it's too little, I don't know. But yeah, so I'm going to stop waffling. Look forward to the next one, please, because I'm looking forward to it. I don't know about you, but subscribe to check it out. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when we set this tank, approve this tank, when we do this one, when we do the escapers tank down there, you can't see that. And yeah, loads of videos, 5 days, 6 days a week videos, loads of content coming out on our Facebook page, our Instagram, Twitter. Check them out on all the platforms. I'll see you